you would make a morph for just one specific part of the body. So I want to adjust the nose only and have a morph slider for that. You can create that morph right in Character Creator. The trick is that you start with something that is completely unmorphed. The default girl here has a bunch of morphing on her to make it a girl. So the first thing you do is load a neutral base. Now that I have a neutral base, you'll see it has no morph data on it at all when I get to my currently used. And that's what you're going to want. And so now let's go back and edit our mesh. And I'm going to be working on just the head. So I'll press J on my keyboard to zoom in to the head. And then I'm going to click on my edit mesh. This may be checked when you open edit mesh, so definitely uncheck the ignore backface because you do want the backfaces selected for this. And then I'm going to rotate my character around a bit. So I'm looking at a profile, and I'm going to select some of the nose. Now you can do this either in the vertex or the face. Both will work pretty well. I often choose the face because it doesn't have the little green dots, but the little green dots aren't too offensive either. So I'm also going to use the soft selection so that it will have a nice blend from the non-changed part to the changed part. So now I'm just going to go ahead and drag a selection over the tip of the nose, and you'll see the selection is there, and I can expand it out by changing the radius here in soft selection. And I can also change the ramp, the bias, and that's kind of how quickly it goes from changed to unchanged. So you can see it becoming more yellow or more red there. So I'll put that kind of right in the middle, I guess. And then you want to just go ahead and move that. So I'm going to go ahead and just move this portion of the nose a bit. I'll go ahead and do it kind of extreme so it makes a pretty significant morph. And then I will go ahead and click out of the edit mesh. So now I have my altered base shape, and now I can go to my create and morph slider, and in this I'm going to put in long nose as the name. It is a head category, and then I'm going to put in custom slash nose, I guess, for the category where it should be. This is the kind of the subcategory under head that it will appear in. So I make a new one. And then for the source and target morph data, set your source morph. Leave it as the default morph, and your target morph is the current morph. So basically what that means is the default morph is the completely unmorphed character, and the target morph is the morphed character you currently have in your scene. That's why you needed to start with the unmorphed character. So you've only had one change you've made to this character at this point. And then go ahead and hit OK. So basically we just went with the defaults there. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and go back and load the default girl again. Or any character you could load. Zoom in on the head, turn a little bit so we have a slight profile, and then I'm going to go into my morph list, and I don't want to look in the body, I want to look under head. Let's pull this out a little bit so we can see it better. And head, and there's my custom category that I made, and within that custom category I have long nose. I made a tall ears the other day. That's why I have that as well. So if I apply that morph, there's a long nose. And you'll notice that is the only thing that applied because I was careful to have that be the only change to the neutral mesh when I was creating it. So that's how you go ahead and create a single element morph. Hope that's helpful.